especially with the bumpy nature of the track. The Yamaha tends to like it a little. The Ducati boys, it still doesn't look like they're quite there. Watching Dobby and FP4, they're still missing a little bit of pace, but in the season.
Well, exactly. It's an interesting time for Honda out there as we watch the boys go out for this session.
There are a lot of people that are going to be vying for the 2 places that are going to take them up into Q2, and I have to say, for the first time...
It's a good guess.
Yeah, but normally we've got conviction for it, but you can't really... Has Dobby... I mean, Dobby...
Look, it's okay. I understand he's been focusing and working on getting his race set up and race tyre and choosing that.
It's not like Moto3 where you might have a slipstream effect. I mean, John McPhee's got to start from, what, the 6th row of the grid because of forward through slipstreaming the light. You can't do that in MotoGP. Tito Rabat, we're looking at on the 53 there as well as we go.
Give us your two, because like it'll be funny just to see who goes through.
Nakagami and Olabi gets quicker.
I'll go Binder and Dobby.
Binder and Dobby.
So Ben Emmett's sat here, so Gav, who's your two? Tell us. Miller and Rins, so he's gone for 2 completely different. Oh, we're big here. Big hitters, big hitters. High rollers in the Triumph camp.
Johan Zarco has been his 2nd fastest man of the weekend so far on a Vintage Ducati. The Vintage Ducatis are working round. That would be a shock, wouldn't it, if he managed to get himself through the top 2. Bradley too. Bradley, I mean, he really has. Bradley Smith has been properly using every inch of that Aprilia on every inch of the track.
I've not spoken to him for races, trying to, basically, as you would say, Keith, force it to fit, and it wasn't fitting.
Q in Rins, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Rins is not, Rins would be, well, he's already Gav's man to go through.
Looking at Tito's all right.
He's all right, he's over the barrier. Where's the bike? Just realigns his elbow. Is a time, 56.8.
Yeah, a hot track, greasy track.
Something like 46 degrees of track temperature. Here it is.
It's singing up that hill.
Bradl's gone through 3rd in front of Alex Marquez. So there's the 2 Repsol Hondas gone over the lines. Marquez has, of course. To the line, Oliveira. Sound like they're singing, don't they?
Binder's a bit like Marquez, where...
Rins we're looking at still outside of the top 2, so he would start from the 5th row of the grid. Binder and Miller.
Oh, and he's following him,
Qualifying 1 session.
Well, yeah, the fastest lap of the weekend so far is a 56.0, so to be just pointing in the top 10.
Pit Byra.
He must be pleased.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's your name's above the door. No better time there, so they'll be coming in at the end of this lap for a new tyre.
You know, half a 10. But you pour that effort in and you go over the line, you look down and you're like, oh, same lap time.
Yeah. And Nakagami.
Yeah, I think...
Hang on, Dobby's in. Look where he is.
Sounds like World War III's going on inside, behind those closed doors in, you know, contract negotiations.
They're not really backing their man, are they?
No, that's exactly what that's what appears to be happening.
Harley said that he didn't really think that Dobby had got the fight. Can't remember the word he used. It wasn't the fight.
No, it's gone early, actually. Look at the speed of that. Wow.
Yeah, that got to the barrier, didn't it?
That's just what we've seen
at the front of the grid. He is a weapon, Brad Binder, isn't he? For hand signals, you need to be, well, half a second faster than what you are.
Brad Binder for, obviously, turning up at a ref. There was a test there, so he knew exactly what the MotoGP bike felt.
Thrown at him, he works his way through it. Every increment, he makes that increment. He makes that jump every time he gets on the...
Right, this is it.
Yeah, this is his chance, or not. 314 Ks as he goes through the speed trap. So 8 kilometres an hour slower in a straight line.
Let's just say, for example, new construction rear Michelin slick. Okay, think of the money spent on this bike, this spaceship that he's riding off. You can do nothing about, and it's the same for everybody, by the way. Everybody has to use the same tyres, but if it just doesn't work for this group,
understatement.
It's now or never. I'm not going to exaggerate it, but
it's difficult, though. Catty, is he? He's sticking with a slightly older school geometry.
I mean, if you just showed someone this motorcycle squat down, yeah, like literally with the shapeshifter.
Yeah, you said it earlier on, it's like the back suspension has collapsed.
Yeah.
And you've got to release that thing back into its normal shape.
And Keith, you dab up the inside of someone, it's a last lap,
It's too far off, miles too far off. He's in trouble. Where he might be able to move forward above that runner-up position for 3 years running behind my rider's point of view, but you imagine at Ducati. Oh. They are the ones that have absolutely thrown millions and millions of pounds, and they could still be beaten to the ultimate goal at the end of the year.
Unturned.
If there's innovation, they've had it first.
And do you know what? They're not interested in race wins. They've had...
Talking about, there's opportunity like there's never been opportunity in MotoGP. It's there for the taking. We'll see if he starts from pole position here in just a little while. This is qualifying 1, and we are down. Taka Nakagami's not far away. Can he keep it rolling through? It's a good line he got through there. On the gas, both. If he gets on that green, the V, he will lose that lap.
It looked close.
It looked very close in. He goes top. Wow. 1:56.290. Wow, that is 1/1000th of a second faster than Brad Binder. 56.290. He knows he will have done enough, but he also knows he may have gone over the green. Will he keep it rolling? Something a little special. He goes top. Rins. 56.230 now. He leads by 6/100.
I've never seen it so tight.
Neither have I in qualifying 1. Normally you've got 2 or 3 riders that are above head and shoulders up there. Jack Miller flags out. Last opportunity will start from the 5th row of the grid, just as it happens.
Far away, he's not going to make that time back up.
No. So Rins and Nakagami, it may be Rins and
Bissell Hondas, last and second to last in qualifying.
There goes...
Get your head...
Yeah. Nakagami's gone. Binder's got it back. Nakagami, but no doubt about it, Alex Rins and Brad Binder go through to qualifying 2.
Of luck, don't they? Because Miguel, she has so much potential, and also Leclerc.
He gets everything the same, and Miguel has so much potential. In his second year, I think it'll be...
As Valentino prepares to head out. And the Yamahas are just so super.
They do lack that horsepower up the hill.
Even the slowest, actually, through the speed track, aren't
they?
they?
Valentino was at the bottom this morning, so also I think Yamaha, again, can pull points in this weekend, but it's going to be tough for them.
He's going to get pole position today for us.
You might be looking at him, Susie, as he rolls out onto 3. We're all very sad not to be there at trackside, but we're covered by this around this racetrack. That's the question. Aleix Espargaro's Aprilia, somehow he managed to stall it at the end of pit lane, but they soon. Now then, 47 degrees of track temperature we had in FP4. That was the last time. It'll work for them in this 15-minute qualifying 2 session then. Front 4 rows of the grid are about to get sorted out. Valentino Rossi was kicked. It says Zarco in there somewhat tentatively. Pole Espargaro continues with the step he made from Jerez Part 1 to Jerez Part 2, and he can pull off a front row start to be not so long ago. I'm talking romantically, of course. He's still got to put it down on the track.
Rossi's race pace is definitely good, but he has to get on those first 2 rows. He has to. Otherwise, nature of this track is where a Yamaha, if you don't get a good start, will be difficult. If he's behind some of them faster motorcycles, track position is behind Frankie Morbidelli, who's been lightning
on top of him now.
Yeah.
So Rossi is definitely Morbidelli, 21, 46. Of course, is Valentino Rossi. Oh yeah, of course it's the only one. Yes, a good point. Thanks, Gav. I heard from somewhere out here. Trouble for him starting back on the well, it must be his worst qualifying position, 18th. Wow. Top 56.6. That's not a bad opener.
Not first flyer.
No, Rossi 56.6 as well. Last time we saw him.
So it's going to have to be a 55 for Paul.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be, and we've not had a 55 all weekend, by the way. So
16. This track has not been capable of giving us that kind of time.
Look at Aleix. Oh, look at Aleix.
It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah. First one we've seen.
990. Aleix Espargaro backs up his brother.
As he waited for Quartararo to come out.
It's not done and dusted yet, is it?
That's true.
We've got a lot to get. Rins gets himself ready to roll out. He's taken a little longer. Remember, he did qualifying 1, so time Delhi right up to his crash has looked like a man for me that is a top 3 position, but you don't quite.
He'll be fine. Morbidelli, as in, you know what I mean, the sort of class of rider. It's not
right with him as well. Again, Morbidelli goes ahead of Valentino now. That wasn't a quick time for Valentino.
Wow.
Look at who he's following now. Yeah. Quartararo will have had a dashboard sign that says who's following him, and he wouldn't have been bothered by it under normal circumstances, but Yamaha on the brakes, look at how much he takes out of him.
So this is where he made the mistake last time, as he's got it much better this time.
Going there. He has. No, he hasn't. Oh. He just missed out. 56.074. 84th. You've got to say, that is a performance that they were not expecting. I would say that lap is down to the grit and determination of Aleix Espargaro, and he was
just looking down. Brad Binder didn't get a decent lap in. He'll be frustrated. Currently 11th. So I'm saying all weekend, I have to get on those first 2 rows, and currently sat in 10th. That's the
final 5 minutes to put his time in. It's from side to side to side to side. It's a lot of effort you're putting through your shoulder. And it is a MotoGP. There's not many men in the world that can manage that, that's for sure.
No.
All right, look, do you know, down into this turn, every time I'm waiting for the front just to fold.
Me too. Well, me too, because we've seen...
See what the 42.
Oh, beautiful through that section.
Bang on as well, wasn't he? Like rails. Still 3400s up after 2 sectors. This is the sector, though, that's on that throttle before it even...
And he turned it lovely on the power, didn't he? Just managed to do a bit of a marking.
Here, trying to find the grip on the way up the hill. Right out to the edge, misses the green, goes top. No, he doesn't. 56.1, where did that go away?
Have to get another lap in.
You could hear that lap going away from him almost as much as you could see it. When it started to...
It's a bit of time there. It rings the amount of time he's lost.
Massive amount.
Like half a second. This is not good.
Spinning and changing gear over the line.
Yeah, that was his first flyer actually, so
yeah,
that's his little... This should be... Yeah, I tell you what, if Aleix gets pole position, he owes Fabio Quartararo. Too close for comfort.
He's watching him. He'll be able to hear him from that distance as well. So we'll have seen already that he towed him around the first time. Whether he does it again this time, I don't know. Back with the doctor.
No. For how tomorrow's race is going to pan out.
This is the young man's 2 minutes. A younger man. Yeah. Quartararo isn't going to let him have it twice, is he? A Vintia bike around here. Even Tito Rabat, his teammate, has looked pretty good on it around here. So Zarco could be the...
Don't know, they'd be shocked walking to the front of the grid. They're normally sort of floating around the rear. No offence, but it's just a reality of them not being...
Morbidelli and Zarco are in a shootout here. Ross has just slipped a bit in sector 2. We've got double jeopardy. Oh, no, we haven't. Pole Espargaro. Where'd that come from on his own? Spectacular. Quartararo, personal best. He's not anywhere near it. He's miles off it. So...
And you wonder, this is going to be his 3rd lap on that rear tyre.
He's not going to have a tyre, is he?
As he just lost that little problem was having a lace behind him. That's destabilised him, so his normal outlap, you know what I mean, his normal system.
Last done. Got to be back to the Kenny Roberts days.
There's Ruben's house.
Ruben's house. I owed big money on that.
That'd have been 40 to 1.
At BT Sport MotoGP, show me the ticket. Anybody that did. Oh, you're right. Can't see Quartararo pulling that back. So Quartararo is back.
Oh, Fabio lit the thing up there. That won't be good for his head.
Zarco's got this. There's no way he's picking up this amount. 3rd sector now for Quartararo. Well, I'm not sure you should be celebrating, chaps, but anyway, calm yourselves. Although he was too far away, but it's going to be Johann Zarco on pole. See that? I mean, that was just unrecoverable at that point. So, plenty. Doesn't really show you it when you're on board like that. It looks a bit too solid, but from outside, dear.
Stock value's on its way back, Keith.
Good. He deserves it. Remember, this is the man that threw the towel in on and off track.
And we love him for it.
Absolutely. I've got the French, actually, when you think about it, front row for him, that was to be expected. He's had pace all weekend, up and down as well. Maverick Vinales, Pole Espargaro will start.
Champion.
Great scenes we've got here in Brno then. Johann Zarco is on pole.
Second one, I was feeling good with the front, and I got back the feeling, and I was able to pull in a good lap, decent enough to start in front row. So this is good for us.